Hey YouTube, it's TheAdminShines here in the video, and today in this video doing a review on Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. So this movie apparently has been getting bad ratings, but I'd say, it's pretty good. The only problem is the characters. The characters, not all the characters, but most of the characters are trash. So they introduce new characters and they do basically what Rose did in The Last Jedi, which is absolutely nothing. So this character right here, I don't even know her name. She hangs out with Finn, basically replaced Rose. She did nothing the whole movie. The girl with that has a relationship with Poe, like not a romantic relationship, just a relationship with Poe. She with she was like hated Poe and then she just automatically like liked Poe, which is really weird. She wanted to kill him and then she liked him just because Rey was good at fighting. And the only thing she did in the movie was basically give the coin, which I guess was kind of important, but we only see her like a bit in the movie. Same with Lando, he did nothing the whole movie. Well, I guess he told him some things, but that's basically it. Maz Kanata, she was just there just because people were like, oh, it's Maz from The Force Awakens. But going back to the girl with Poe, she basically. By the way, I will talk about what I do like about the movie. I'm just talking about like the character there. She was there. I wish she and Poe like, because it kind of talked about like how he was like a spice runner or whatever. Poe. I wish it talked more about that and that backstory. Maybe actually did something. So maybe like Poe did another spice run or something like that, and that was important to the plot. But no, it wasn't important to the plot at all. And then with the Rey, why did Rey die and stuff like that? That was so weird. And then why did Kylo Ren die? Did Kylo Ren die because he used so much power to bring Rey back to life? Like why did I don't know why they died. Does this mean since Palpatine was like every Sith? Does that mean like every Sith was always every Sith? So like Anakin was every Sith then? Does this mean that Plagueis was every Sith before him? Uh, and then with every Jedi, it was kind of cool though, like how we get all the voices, like Obi-Wan. Do we hear Anakin? I don't know. Leia, Luke, Mace Windu, Yoda, maybe even Ahsoka's voice and some other Jedi's voices. That was really cool that we got to hear that. It's kind of weird how C-3PO didn't have like a red arm or anything like that. It doesn't explain how the Emperor survived the events of Episode 6. It doesn't explain that. You can kind of assume that he cloned himself, kind of like in the books or whatever, where he cloned himself, because you see a few versions of Snoke, and he did say he created Snoke, but like, yeah, so it was kind of cool with there. Um, but I wish I explained it. It's kind of up to speculation. And by the way, adding these characters, like, there's no point of it if they're not gonna do nothing the whole movie, because like it's not like there's gonna be a sequel or anything like that. And that Do droid, he essentially did nothing really. He was kind of there for comedic reasons because the only thing he did was tell like what Finn that Palpatine never wanted to actually kill Rey, which it's kind of weird because Palpatine one did tell Kylo Ren that he wanted to kill Rey, but also then like a few scenes later, Palpatine tells Rey herself that it's like I never wanted to kill you. So it's like you just told us two things, two different. You just told us one thing two different times, which is just a waste of scenes, a waste of seconds. I wish they did more with Rey's parents. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, apparently Palpatine smashed their person throughout the events of the the, uh, the original series, episodes 4, 5, and 6, and they gave birth to one of your parents, and yeah, and then your parents smashed each other, and gave birth to you, and then left you because Palpatine wanted you and stuff, and you're able to use Force lightning because what you're a Palpatine. And the ending didn't really make sense because I thought the whole series was like, because in The Last Jedi, Kylo Ren's like, your parents are nobody, right? Which essentially they basically were nobody, other than the fact that their last name is Palpatine. Um, but I thought it was like, your parents are nobody, but you are who you are. And Rey was like, everyone always says they know who I am and stuff like that, but I don't think they do. And then she's like kind of struggling between the light and the dark side, right? So no one really knows who she is. But then after she's like, the person asks her, it's like, who are you? And then she's like, I'm a Skywalker, not a Palpatine. I thought it was like, it didn't matter if your grandparent is evil, right? Like, it's who you are, who you want to be. But then she's like, no, I'm a Skywalker because all the other Skywalkers are good, and I'm a good person, so that means I'm a Skywalker. But then you look at Ben Solo, and then it's like he was bad. even though he turned good, which his him turning to the lights out I didn't really see as efficient enough, because the only thing that really happened was him getting stabbed around in the same spot where where he stabbed his father with the lightsaber, um, and then he hallucinates his father actually being there, because it wasn't a force ghost or anything. Han can't use force, um, and he wasn't like translucent blue like Luke was. So obviously it was just part of his imagination. And then there was also the thing with Luke. So Luke is a Force ghost, right? And he was able to hold the lightsaber that's in the physical realm. He was able to sit down where Rey was sitting, and he was able to force the X-wing up, right? So why can't he just kill Palpatine himself? Why doesn't he get Force Yoda, Force Anakin, Force Obi-Wan, Force Mace Windu, if that's the thing, to just go and kill Palpatine themselves? If they can manipulate the real world stuff, if they can move stuff around, if they can sit on things, if they can still use Force, why can't they just do it themselves? Which doesn't make any sense, but yeah. And all the Siths, were they actually there, or was that another like Han thing where it's just like them like kind of making it up? Okay, now for the good parts about the movie, which I still like the movie a lot. The whole story was really good. At first I kind of disliked how Rey was a Palpatine, but then I was like, it's actually pretty cool. And I liked how she went back to where Luke uh, lived on Tatooine and stuff like that, and put the lightsabers there. That was really cool. We could see Force Leia and Force Luke, and we actually it's revealed that Leia is actually was Force sensitive and stuff, and it was really cool. And we get the CGI with Leia and Luke fighting training, and it was also cool. Like, I like the way they did with the CGI with Carrie Fisher and stuff, because like you could tell it was kind of CGI, even though they reused clips from the Force or the Last Jedi or something, like deleted scenes and stuff, which it did seem a little bit awkward, like at some points, because she'd only like reply with one word, but like you can tell it's kind of CGI, because I don't know, it just looks CGI, so they CGI'd her in the background, and a different background. I guess they would CGI the background though, but yeah, they did a really good job with that. Like, it did seem a little awkward, but like they did really good. It wasn't that awkward. And when we saw the Ewoks, that was really cool in the ending. Because before I watched the movie with my friends, I was telling one of them, I was like, what happened to the Ewoks? Like, what if we see them again? And we saw the Ewoks again. I was like, yeah, let's go. I wonder if one of them was wicked. I don't remember. The whole thing with Chewie, like if he died, I was like, when she blew the thing up with her electricity, which just kind of sucked because she didn't use that again. But when she did that, I was like, oh my goodness, I was paralyzed. I could not move. Like, I was like, no, they just ruined the whole movie by killing Chewbacca. But then it's like, he's still alive, which is awesome. There was lots of comedic moments which weren't too funny. It was kind of weird how they were able to breathe on the Star Destroyers. Because in the Clone Wars, that's not a thing. They have to wear like masks to breathe outside of the spaceship. Even when it wasn't in space, they were just really high up in the sky. This movie also made me realize that Lando is from, like, what is it, Sky City or something like that, but his name's Land O. So yeah. There's also another thing that I totally forgot. Yeah, I kind of like the comedic stuff though. Some of it with that weird dude that was on this planet with her. That weird little small mechanic guy that was working on C-3PO. He was kind of cute and funny. And I liked just the new aliens that were showed in this movie. Oh yeah, with Hux, that was kind of just like a waste. Like, Hux was kind of seen really menacing in the Force Awakens. He was just essentially another Captain Phasma where they did nothing. But he seemed really menacing in the Force Awakens and stuff like that. And then like even more menacing than Kylo Ren. And then in this movie he's just like a wimp and did nothing the whole time basically, and then just got killed easily. And it turns out that he's a spy, which doesn't reveal like really anything. It's just kind of like, it's like, why are you helping us? Like, oh, because I hate Kylo Ren and I want him to lose. And it's like so cringy. It's like, I don't care if you guys win. I just want Kylo Ren to lose. It's like, what, are you a kid? Like, I don't care if you guys win. And yeah, I feel like his character was just wasted. They kind of just killed him off and replaced him with that other guy that was working with Palpatine and stuff. Yeah, they kind of just replaced him there. So yeah, that's another thing with the characters. But overall, I think the movie is pretty good. I'm probably gonna remember a few other things. Oh yeah, there's like the electricity when Palpatine was like electrocuting all the ships and stuff, and then he stopped. I'm pretty sure some of the ships would still be pretty damaged, and then they would still fall because it's not like all the damage he did with electrocution. It's not like that all goes away. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe like for more episode. Go watch the movie yourself if you haven't.